Hi everyone, welcome to my SS01 class, or Understanding Culture, Society, and Politics. So I know that this is your first time to go online in senior high school, and I just would like to welcome you to Malayan Colleges, Laguna. By the way, my name is Cesaya Ana Beto. You can call me Mom Ces or Mom Betty. That's how people call me. As you address me, if you have any problems or you have any questions, you just have to let me know. Alright? I believe that you already have access to your BBL. So everything that we will do, I will inform you of the tasks. I will inform you of the deadline. I will inform you of additional reading materials that we will be using for this class. Also, my consultation time, I will inform you of that. And once you already have your class representative, I will also be asking you to create a group chat on FB Messenger so that it will be easier for us to communicate even with limited access to internet. Alright? So, I really want to meet you guys. Don't worry, we will have synchronous classes. The synchronous class, since we have 2 meetings in a week, every 2 weeks we will have a synchronous class. So I will announce on BBL when will the synchronous be, and it's gonna be just an hour, less than an hour. And also, we will be using either BBL collaboration or MS Teams for our synchronous class. And then the rest of our classes will be asynchronous, meaning I will be giving you the tasks for this, for each quarter, and I will be posting the deadline. I will be online during our class schedule. So your class schedule, I believe, has already been provided by your homeroom advisor. So during that time, you may raise your concern through BBL course message or discussion board. I will actually be posting like an example. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free to post your questions here. So that's going to be a discussion on discussion board, or you may also contact me through FB Messenger. Later, I will be announcing, or as you hear this, or as you listen, or as you watch this video, I already have the contact information posted on BBL. Alright. So we do have house rules. Again, we will have homeworks. We have written reports that we need to accomplish and also to complete before each quarter or before the term ends. All right. Hopefully that you meet all the deadline. However, if you submit your task, I will still be accepting late submission. It's just that there will be penalty, such as there would be you won't have any, or you won't have an opportunity to get a perfect score, something like that. Alright. So what is allowed? Right. So I added there. You may edit this part. So what is allowed? Well, for me, since this is our first time and it's our first time to meet online, we do not have the face-to-face meeting, so it's going to be very hard for us to know each other. What I really want is just to, during our synchronous time, you respect each other. When we go online, you just have to mute your microphone, and if ever, it's okay that you show your if you want to turn on the video during our synchronous class, you may do so, but make sure that you are in your proper attire. Alright? What do I mean by that? What I meant is that if you go online, even if you haven't gone to the bathroom to take a bath, what you just need to do is to make yourself be pleasant when you face your classmate, even when you face me. Okay? I also prepare. I have to prepare for you guys. So just to be, not to be perfect, but somehow to be pleasant. Okay? And also, I would just like everyone to I'm not really expecting everyone to be on time, but I do hope. Okay? Because sometimes when you say, for example, you're late like 10 minutes after we're already discussing something, and then our lessons will be recorded anyway. So sometimes it's gonna be like there's an interruption in the bandwidth. So if ever there are latecomers, then expect that there may be interruption, okay, while we are discussing something. But if it's just like a say for example consultation in SS01, in this class we will have consultation. So I will, because of the tasks that I will be providing, so there will be consultation for each group. So if it's your time to go online, then you go online so that you will be guided accordingly. Okay, especially in terms of performance task. Later, I will discuss the grading system for the performance task. Alright? Okay, next. What is not allowed? Okay, so again, if it's, of course, texting or chatting with your teacher for, like, say for example, I have experienced that last time. Chatted with me like 12 a.m. Imagine that. But I still answered. For my consultation time, it's going to be from 7 to 4 p.m. And also during our time. Okay, so if you see your schedule with me, then expect that I'm always online. Alright? But if ever, say for example, and also I answer immediately. But if there's this case that I am not able to be you cannot reach me, then give me 24 to 48 hours, alright? So to respond to your queries. Again, because we are set to an online class and we do not know what's going to happen inside the house, right? So again, please bear with me if ever. Anyway, I will be responding. I will have an auto response set up in my email, or that I will be responding to you in 24 to 48 hours. Okay. But other than that, please do not. Of course, I also have my life. I have a baby, so I might not be able to respond to you if you chat with me like 7 p.m. But if you want, if it's okay with you to send your queries, but I will respond to it the next day or the following day during my consultation time. Again, that is 7 to 4 p.m., 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Mondays to Fridays. Alright? Okay. Now let's move on to the grading system. Now, if you guys have questions, again, I already have posted on BBL discussion board questions on orientation there. So if you have questions, feel free to post your questions so that your classmates will also see them. And if ever they have the same question, at least I can answer that question and the question of your other classmates as well. So for our grading system, we will have, this is for your this is the grading system for every quarter. Right? So when I say every quarter, you will be given your grade after first quarter. So you already know what your standing is. Okay? So the written works, this is composed of, later I will discuss the components of that. It's 25% of your grade, and then you have your quarterly assessment or your quarterly exam, which is also 25% plus your performance-based task, which is 50%. So remember, this is a core subject, and this is how you are graded. And I just have I placed a note here that your term 1 grade will be the average score or the average grade of the first and the second quarter. Okay. So say for example that your first quarter grade is quite low, though it's passing, but it's quite low, then you have a chance, okay, to pass or to get a higher score. Okay, so written works, this includes or this is divided into the quarterly long test, which is 10% of it, and the learning task, which is 15%. So when we say the quarterly long test, that's the first quarter. First quarter long test is scheduled on September 16 to 18, and the second quarter is November 16 to 18. Right? So for the quarterly long test, this is like 30 to 40 items. Okay, and again, this is objective. This is objective type. This will be taken on BBL. Prior to this, we will have formative exams. So when we say formative exams, these are not non-graded exams. Okay, just to practice you, so that when we proceed to the graded test, you are ready. Okay, so there. Next, for the learning task, which is the 15%, that's where we have the quizzes. Okay, so the graded quizzes, we have the Blackboard Learn outputs, we have the online task, and then the activities. And speaking of activities or learning tasks, okay, so we have different tasks. So the first, so at least we set your expectation of what would be the task that we will be getting for this semester, or for the first quarter. So for the first for the learning task, okay, activity 1, task 1, this is on discussion board. Okay, so each student will post a topic. So you will have a lesson, then after the lesson, then you do the activity 1. Okay, so each student will post a topic for discussion that is related to Filipino culture, society, or politics. Example, so this is gonna be from you. Okay, so this activity, you think of what you want, a topic that you want to discuss. But again, it has to be related to the Philippine culture or Filipino culture, society, or politics. So say for example, this is very timely. Okay? Political dynasty is beneficial in the Philippines. Agree or disagree? Why? So something like that. Very simple. Okay? Very simple. It doesn't have to be very deep. Okay? So at least some a question that everyone can relate to. Okay? So there. So how will you be graded? So this is 15 points of your or for the activity 1, you will be graded based on the relevance. Is it related to what we have discussed? So 10 points. Organization. How did you organize your question? Is it acceptable? Okay. Of course, even if we're not teaching English, but it's part of language, is part of the society. So we need to learn how to communicate. So that's 3 points only, right? So grammar, it's 2 points. So total 15 points. Next, task 2. This is related to your task 1 or the activity 1. So discussion board. Now, once you have posted your questions on BBL or discussion board, you will choose one topic that you want to comment on, right? So, so you just have to choose, okay? Hopefully you do not comment on your own post, okay? So you comment on the post of other classmates of yours. So you will be graded, again, this is 15 points. You will be graded based on the content of your answer. Of course, you have the coherence, the relevance, okay? The logical of your answer to the question, and organization is 5 points. Okay, next, activity 2. So for activity 2, we'll be providing worksheet. It is going to be uploaded, or a template uploaded on BBL in the assessment folder. I will be creating that. So with activity 2, you just have to complete the table. So this is the example of table. I did not include the Duterte administration here since Duterte has 2 more years to accomplish. So better for those presidents who have served their terms. Okay, so complete the table by writing the significant contributions based on the sector. Contributions of the specified administrations to the different sectors of the country. So, say for example, education. What is the contribution? Significant contribution. So, it means to say that something is very important. Something that is not negative. Okay? It should be positive. Alright? So, strata administration. What was the contribution to the education? What was discovered during that time? So, just to give you a tip, Aquino administration, that's the K-12. Or K-12 was approved. Okay? So, there. So, that is 30 points. So, 1 point per item. Next, activity 3, worksheet. Again, you have to draw a picture of public transportation because, again, that is the representation of the Philippines. If you see jeepney, okay, or public transportation that you draw, Philippines is known for jeepneys, right? So, there. So, draw a picture of public transportation, any public transportation in the means in the Philippine society across different eras to depict the technological, cultural, social, political change in every society. It's going to be up to you. You want from the scooter to, okay, the scooter to what do you call that, the motor to e-bike, something like that. Okay, so you just think of what are the any public transportation that we have in the Philippines, right? In the 19th century, the 20th century, and the 21st century. Now, the BB quizzes, we have 10 to 15 items about the lessons. And then we also have the quarterly assessment. This is again 25%, as I mentioned. The first quarterly assessment will be on October 14 to 16. And the second quarterly assessment is on December 15 to 17. Now, let's talk about performance-based task. 50%, since this covers half of your grade for first quarter and second quarter. So, this is by group, but of course, there is delegation of responsibility to every member of the group. So, for the first quarter performance task, you will be having a concept paper, okay? So, concept paper, the class will be divided into 4 to 5 groups, Okay, so depending on how many are you in one class, each group will be assigned of a member country of United Nations. Since we're going to be celebrating United Nations in October, so this is part of it. And then the group will research on the society, culture, and politics of that assigned country. So each group will be assigned of different countries. So if you are assigned of Japan, then you have to research on the society, culture, and politics. Now, how many should we research on? It should be limited to what the country is known for. Say, for example, the Society of Japan. What is the Society of Japan that you will be included, that you will include in your paper that Japan is known for? Okay. So you think of that. Culture, their culture. They have actually a lot. When we say culture, we do not just talk about the traditions, but we also talk about food. We talk about clothing. We talk about language. Okay. So when we hear Japan, what do we think of? Right. Okay. So that's gonna be the limit of your research, and then the group will put into writing the flow of the video presentation. So because in the part 2 or in the second quarter performance task, it will be the content of your concept paper into video. So you're going to create a video presentation out of this concept paper. So before we create the video, the video presentation, we have to first write the flow of the video presentation. It's like a script, right? So this is going to be the template of the concept paper. So first page, you have the title page. Okay, so on top you have the understanding culture, society, and politics of, say for example, Japan. Okay, so that should be centered, 16 font size, single space. Okay. And then after that title, you have 6 single space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then next would be the name of the members written in alphabetical order. Last name first, then the given name. So this one is in 12 font size and single space. At the bottom part, you have the date of submission. Okay, the date of submission that will be announced. Of course, that is before week 9 of your, before week 9. So when is before week 9? Before the first quarter exam, first quarterly exam. Okay. So second page, you have there the, okay, so 12 font size, double space. For the font style, it's going to be up to, of course, something that is readable, alright? So it's going to be Arial times no romance. It's up to you, okay? But just make sure to follow the font size and also the spacing of the paper. Okay, so first is the culture. The culture should be written on the left side of the paper, and then it should be in boldface, double space. Paragraphs are indented. So talk about the culture. Say for example, again, as an example earlier, you have there Japan. So what would be the culture that Japan is known for that you want to discuss? It could be the clothing. Okay, so just choose one. Just choose one. Clothing or the language, okay, that they use. Or say for example, the food. Okay, that again they are known for. Tradition. They go hike. Alright. Okay, next, third page. Okay, you have there the society, same thing. And then politics on the fourth page. Now, on the fifth page, you have there the flow of presentation. This is where you write the script. Like, for example, in the video, we'll be starting with a narration or with like a light or like pictures or video clips showing. Make sure again guys, it's 1 to 2 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes only. So make sure that you also limit the content that you place in your concept paper. Okay, next is the delegation of work. I want to know who participated, who did not. Okay, so this is always our problem when it comes to group work or group activity. So it's better that I see the delegation of work, like who did the editing, who did the research, who did the collection of the pictures and all that. Okay. And also this is where I will base the peer evaluation. Okay, next, the 7th page, documentation, of course, pictures with cute captions. Say, for example, you are meeting through Zoom or through Teams. It's gonna be up to you. Or you have your selfie there, groupie. Again, you have your documentation. So at least I know what you guys are, and also it's a good experience what you guys are going through in terms of you doing collaboration online. Okay, so not the face-to-face type of collaboration. Next would be the second quarter. Okay, so this is the video presentation. So after the first quarter exam, we will be having our consultation for the first quarter grade, and then after that, once your concept paper, for the concept paper, we will have consultation. So once your concept paper is approved, then you may proceed with the video presentation. The sample of video presentation is actually the link. You just have to click on that. Okay. So 1 to 2 minutes only. Okay. Can we exceed, ma'am, 30 seconds? Okay. That's it, 30 seconds. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds. If you exceeded, there will be deduction, because part of the presentation would be the time. Okay. Okay. So of course, intellectual dishonesty. How would we know that it's you who's answering the exams, not whoever it is? All right. So again, it's your conscience, okay? So there. This is the grading system that we follow for K to 12 for senior high school. And then we have the course overview. So what are the lessons that you are expecting? Alright. So for of course, week 1, it's our course orientation and orientation with your homeroom. Then a lot of getting to know with your other teachers. Okay. Course orientation. Then we have the starting points for society, culture, and politics. Then we also have the looking back at human biocultural and social evolution. So with this, it will take 3 weeks to discuss this. So we will have a synchronous class, okay? So to discuss one of the topics here, and then the rest, it will be recorded, okay? Then we have 4 to 6. You'll have there the culture and society from the perspective of anthropology and sociology. What's the difference? And then you have the culture, right? So it's actually very timely since we are now experiencing the new normal. Okay, it's very timely that we discuss this in SS01. So I hope that you guys could share a lot of your experience, like how do you adapt to change. So it's really very difficult, right? So it's difficult to adapt to change, but we have to. Okay? Again, it's part of the learning process. It's part of the growth. Okay? It's part of what we also call the promotion. So anyway, we'll discuss all these things as we proceed with the lesson. Then week 7, becoming a member of society, socialization, how important it is. So how important socialization is in our life, okay? As an individual, as a member of the society. Next, week 8, we have the conformity and deviance, social control, forms of deviance. Am I a deviant if I do not follow what is being implemented by the law? okay, or the lawmakers. So there, we will discuss that in this lesson. So after week 8, we will have week 9. That's going to be the first quarterly exam. So everything that we discussed from the start to conformity and deviance would be the coverage. Okay. Next, after that, week 10 to 11, we will also discuss the cultural, social, and political institutions. We will also be having our consultation regarding your grades. First quarterly grade. Okay. Then 12 to 13, lesson 12 to 13. We will also be discussing the cultural, social, and political institutions. Okay, so the economic institutions and the non-state. 14 to 15, we have the social and political stratification. Okay. Actually, the best or one of the movies that I want you to watch here is, I'm not sure though if you're already familiar with this, Parasite. It's a Korean film. Okay, so it's really good. It shows stratification. Okay, social stratification. Okay, 16 to 17, we have the human dignity, rights, and the common good. Okay, what do we fight for as a member of the society, being a human? Okay, what do we fight for? And it is right to fight for it. Okay. And who says it's right? Okay, so actually that's very philosophical. What makes you think that it's right? Okay, what makes you say that this is right? Okay, so there. Anyway, we'll proceed to that as we discuss the lesson. Then week 18 to 19, we have the challenges and opportunities in the 21st century. So the cultural, social, and political change. Now that we are experiencing the change, okay. So again, do you have any questions? Feel free to post them on BBL discussion board. So I do hope that you guys that my discussion will excite you for the succeeding weeks. Okay. So again, thank you very much for listening. Do not forget. My consultation time is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Mondays to Fridays only. Okay? You may message me on FB Messenger. I will give my contact number on announcement, BBL announcement, and also BBL course message, MS Teams. Okay? Our synchronous classes will be announced through BBL also. Okay, so everything will be announced. Okay, so that's it. Thank you guys, and I do hope that you keep safe and stay healthy. Enjoy studying at MCL. Bye.